Aloha kako. Welcome to our Nana Ike Kumu, episode 11. Hema and I are very blessed to have the one and only Solomon Enos, who is a Waianae native, Aloha Aina, all day long, artist, illustrator, lover of experimental music, and just an extraordinary human being. So grateful to have you here with us, Solomon. What we've been kind of doing, and I'm gonna kind of turn the time over to Hema actually, and he can kind of explain to you the question, and then all it is we're just gonna talk story. So Hema, wherever you stay, right over to you.
All right, aloha everyone, and welcome back to our Nana Ike Kumu series. And here's our guest star, our kanaka all the way from the Waianae Moku, Solomon Enos. And T and I, we've been doing this for the past almost 3 months now, and we've come across the multitude of olelo no eo that kanaka have brought forth to us. And one thing that I would like to ask from you is, what is an olelo no eo that has driven you this far in your life, or what has carried you to the point of success? You as an artist, as an illustrator, a kumu, a brother, a father, what is something that relates to your life so in depth that has strengthened you to become who you are today?
Well, immediately what jumps to my mind is the olelo no eo of Huli Kalima Iluna Ole. Yeah. Huli Ikalima Ilalo Ola. Right? Hands turned towards the heavens, nothing. Yeah. Hands turned towards the earth, life. Phew, there we go. That's the one. So to me, it reminds me of how I learned about what it means to be Hawaiian, where I gained my identity was, my dad guys, Eric Enos, they, took me and my brothers up into the back of Waianae Valley and just basically got us involved in creating the culture, the Ka'ala Cultural Learning Center. Pretty much from the time I was born in 1976, we went into this, a vahipana that was completely overgrown and full of weeds and everything. And we cleared it, or I basically stood around because I was like just born. But, I grew up in that environment where, the people within the Waianae community were clearing out all the rubbish, clearing out all the invasives, and finding all these ancient lo'i kalo, all these ancient taro patches. And the people that were involved were also, these were all the kids, at-risk youth and, parents. So these were the kids that were getting kicked out of every other program. My dad guys would take them up into the mountains, the parents who had their kids taken away from them for substance abuse and other kinds of, because these parents were suffering on levels that I cannot even perceive, right? So it was healing the land and healing the people at the same time. It was amazing kind of win-win, and getting reconnected to this, this ancestral, pan-generational project where our ancestors were taking care of this land. And so what I realized was that, through the work, makahana ka ike, you know what I mean? In the work is the knowing. And so, my parents didn't really say, you got to go learn Hawaiian language. My parents didn't say, you got to go and learn, play ukulele. They didn't tell me to do all these other kind of, vital, source code stuff. But what they did tell me is go work, learn, learn to understand, may maka'u ikahan. Have no fear about work, right? And so that to me, what I realized was that at an early age, we're turning our hands to the soil and getting into the lo'i, getting into the lepo, getting into the mala, getting into our gardens and growing food is to me like fundamental. You know, it's a way of reconnecting with our ancestors through our Nāulu. Yeah, it's, you know, there is wisdom in the land, but cannot really eat them directly. You gotta, you know, you cannot just eat soil. Sometimes you can eat lepo, certain lepo you can eat, you know, but in general, you gotta transform soil from one state of being into another. You know, and so from the lepo, it became kalo, right? And it became all the other plants and, you know, all the other crops that they grew and continue to grow up at Ka'ala. And when you eat it, you become, you know, you're eating the dust of your ancestors, right? You're eating the soil, you're eating, you know, their bodies, you're eating their mana'o. And from that early age, I witnessed something that I thought, like, wow, how can we emulate this globally? You know, how can we basically take this idea of, you know, people who have been disconnected from their culture, getting reconnected with their culture by growing food, yeah, and by providing food for their families, and at the same time building a greater awareness of our natural resources, and I would take it all the way to where I am today as an artist, being like, we actually, I think in Hawaii, we are going to be okay. Yeah, we're gonna make it. Providing that we now go out and we help other people and stand in solidarity and to kokua other communities around the world who lost their story, yeah, lost their culture, kind of lost their way, right? And so all these things I learned through osmosis by standing in the lepo, by being in the mud. I was like, oh, okay. And so yeah, so as a Hawaiian and as an artist and as a, you know, creator, I really feel like we got some amazing stories that will not only serve to heal us, but also has the capacity to heal global narratives, which are very, very broken. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, mahalo nui. So yeah, so when you're speaking about this, you know, it always comes back to something that has occurred in my life, and you know, everybody has gone through this same thing, like, you know, huli kalima iluna, huli kalima ilalo, and these things that people tend to tell us on occasion, like, don't always ask for a handout. The world isn't gonna give you a handout. It's never gonna be served to you on a silver platter. So you gotta go in, you gotta bust your butt every day. And being in the loi is one of those things. Like you said, it's one of the closest things you can do today to then feel the same as our ancestors, as our kupuna, or as the many people across the world, you know, from Puerto Rico to Egypt. You know, all of them had their different terrace systems. And there is Ola in Aina. There is Ola in the Lepo. You just gotta know how to work it.
Yeah.
You gotta know how to mend it. You gotta know how to till it. You gotta know how to bring life, to bring Ola into not just the Aina, but into yourself too.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you wanna add on to that?
Yeah, you know, like I just I think while you were speaking, I was thinking a lot of the two, you know, things that we focus a lot on with Center, which is Pilina and Piliaina, and like how that kind of like it's relationship, like it's, and you know, my own personal relationship with the exact space in which you were raised in is that we had come in as a halau with Uncle Francis and halau hale kuhi via Lopaka, and you know, he's like, hey, we gotta build this hale, and you know, for however long it took us, because that hale had burned, and then we had to, that's the first time I ever worked with, you know, the keeping the same papo who we never like the almana that went to that, and so then, you know, we had to like drill and make do and be innovative and creative kanaka that we are as indigenous engineers and architects and construction workers and masons and all the other stuff that you do within hale. And you know, that hale is so special because of that gable ended side and the hip side, and the gable end is meant so that you keep that view, and you can ike maka in that space. And you know, I still actually have the pico, like I was saying before, kind of waiting to see what is needing to be done with it. And you know, you either bury it and we all keep the kuleana forever, or we burn it and we allow that to be everyone's kuleana. So you know, I mahalo you for telling. I love that space, and I know, like, even though it is not my space, I'm not from Wai'anae, I'm not from Oahu, I am from Hana, I am from Kipohulu. I have love, I have great pilina and love for Ka'ala, because, you know, it blessed my life to be able to build there, and because of that, I have been able to have friendships, and whenever we needed to, especially when my mom was going through cancer, we would go to her church, which was Ka'ala. Sundays, up at Ka'ala, she'd go hike with Uncle Butch. They'd go to the Ahu, we'd talk story, we'd work in the loi, we'd do stuff in that hale every Sunday with my mom. And so thank you, Saul, to you for all of your love that you put into everything you do. And I see it in you and your dad and your brothers and your keiki and your nieces and nephews whom I love, and you know, mahalo nui. So thank you for doing this interview with us today.